Good Saturday morning to you, wrestling fans. In the ring, the Long Riders taking on the Malky brothers, Randy and Bill. And Wild Bill Irwin already taking it to Bill Malky. Raking the eyes. I'm Josh. I'll be with you for the next 1 hour and 30 minutes. So glad you're with us. Great way to kick off your weekend watching World Championship Wrestling. Double team here from the Long Riders and Black Bart with a big splash. All the top stars here this morning. You're going to see the Barbarian in action as well as Sam Houston. Ron Garvin's here. The Midnight Express and tag team action. Tag made to Randy Malky and Black Bart just flattened him. Also on the card this morning, the Rock and Roll Express in action. The Boss Magnum TA is here. American Dream Dusty Rhodes. Baron von Raschke. Of course, we got that big rematch for the World TV title. The new champion, Rick Martel, will defend against the former champion, Brad Armstrong. What a night last Saturday at Super Brawl. We saw the crowning of 4 new champions. Congratulations to the Road Warriors, the new World Tag Team Champions. And of course, the big news, the new World Heavyweight Champion is the Total Package Lex Luger. Also, the Skyscrapers, Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey, captured the U.S. Tag Team title. It was a great night for Medusa. And also good news is that Rick Rude is also still here at World Championship Wrestling, but so is Ricky Steamboat. That match, of course, ended in a double countout. That loser leaves town match ended in a draw. Also tonight in action, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin's here. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat will be in action later tonight. Brian Pillman and Tom Zenk will be in tag team action. The Russian team of Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff will team up. Mike Rotunda, Tommy Rich here. Sid Vicious here in singles action. The Steiner brothers are here. And it's an easy win this morning for the Long Riders over the Malky brothers. Could have counted to 10. Stan the Larry Hansen here. He'll be in singles action. And of course, we'll see the new World Tag Team Champions, the Road Warriors, in action. A tremendous broadcast of great wrestling matches coming your way. Impressive win by Wild Bill Irwin and Black Bart. And they move up the rankings in World Championship Wrestling. Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. The Barbarian's in action next. In the ring, Jumpin' Joey Maggs taking on the Barbarian. And there you see Paul Jones, the Warlord, and Ivan Koloff in the corner of the Barbarian. Impressive win several weeks ago over Ron Garvin. We'll see Garvin in action later this morning. And Paul Jones coming over, threatening Jumpin' Joey Maggs. Referee distracted, and Paul Jones giving Maggs a tongue lashing. Maggs back in the ring. Barbarian from behind. Atomic drop. Don't forget our next big event will be Wrestle War, coming your way on Saturday, February 28th, the last day of the month. Hope your February's off to a great start. Elbow there by Jumpin' Joey, but Barbarian just shoves him down, and Barbarian charge again, runs him over with a clothesline. And Paul Jones's Army, hoping to make 2026 their year. If you missed it last Saturday night at Super Brawl, it was Ric Flair attacking Vader right before his big title match, softening him up. And many credit Lex Luger's win to that sneak attack. Good neck breaker there by the Barbarian. Things definitely not settled between Vader and Ric Flair, but also between Vader and Luger. Vader wants his title back. As I mentioned, we had a new TV champion crowned, Rick Martel, part of Medusa's militia. But he will defend the title tonight. His first defense against the former champion, Brad Armstrong. That match will carry a 15-minute time limit. Good block by Jumpin' Joey Maggs. Maggs no slouch in there. But Barbarian with the collar and elbow tie-up takes down Maggs. And the headbutt by the vicious Barbarian. Cover here by Barbarian. Hooks the leg. One. Gets a 1 count only. Cover here by Barbarian. Hooks the leg. And gets him. Dominant win here by the Barbarian this Saturday morning. Let's go back to the replay. Maggs took it to Barbarian, but just not enough. And the Barbarian prevails. Here is the moonsault from the top rope.
Here is your winner, the Barbarian.
Don't touch that dial, wrestling fans. More great action still to come. Welcome back to the ring. Rip Rogers taking on young Sam Houston. Our referee for this morning's matches is Bill Scott. And Sam Houston with a good suplex. Neckbreaker by Sam. Houston taking it to Rip Rogers. Sam Houston, another top star here in WCW. Needs a win here this morning to move up the rankings. He would love to challenge for that TV title currently held by Rick Martel. Head scissors applied. Rogers trying to break free, and he will slip free. Good escape there by Rip Rogers. Rogers another up-and-coming star here in WCW. Good block by Houston. Good mule kick. Right to the breadbasket. Great backbreaker by Houston. All the top stars showcased here this morning on WCW. Houston picks him up. Whips him into the corner, charging in. Thunderous clothesline. And that drops Rogers. Houston calling out to this sold-out crowd in Atlanta, Georgia. Front face lock. Drives him down to the mat with the armbar. Yanking back, looking for a submission victory. Rogers able to shove him off. Good escape. But a beautiful drop kick by Sam Houston, and Rogers rolls out of bounds. Houston climbs to the top rope. Good arm drag on the floor. Houston reigning in the roar of the crowd. He has the fans' approval. Throws him face first into the ring post, and Rogers might be knocked out. Houston picks him up, throws him in the ring. Houston just needs to go for the cover. Rogers playing possum. Somersaults him over. Right hand, devastating move there by Rogers into the ropes. Spinning back elbow. And Houston with the arm drag. Houston now has him up. Great suplex. Of course, the big game tomorrow night. I won't be watching. Bulldog there by Houston. Cover here by Sam. Great finds the leg. 1, 2. And he got him. Impressive win this morning by Sam Houston. It is the Patriots and Seahawks. If that's your team, if one of those two teams is your team, I hope they win, but they're not teams I normally root for, so I won't be tuning in. Bulldog there by Houston. Nothing personal, it's just It's not interesting to me. But this is Barbarian's hit the ring. He's attacked Houston. From behind, Barbarian has attacked Sam Houston. Referee yelling at Barbarian. And now he's calling for help from the back. The Barbarian with an attack on young Sam Houston. What prompted this? And the Barbarian with a headbutt onto Houston. Come on. Houston had just wrestled a match. Barbarian did earlier, obviously. What reason has Barbarian for attacking Sam Houston? The big splash in the corner. We've got to get help for Sam Houston. This is not a sanctioned match. And the Barbarian measures him. Double axe handle to the back. He's trying to end the career of young Sam Houston. Thought he was going for that torture rack. Instead, a back suplex, and the Barbarian yelling out to the fans. They are not impressed. We'll be right back. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Ron Garvin, the man with the hands of stone, taking on Curt Hawkins. Ron Garvin, of course, felt the wrath of Barbarian a few weeks ago, losing in that rematch. They had wrestled last month to a time limit draw. Ron Garvin had the figure 4 locked on the Barbarian, but the time limit expired in the rematch. That rematch saw Barbarian picking up the win. And Sam Houston being checked by our medical team. Hopefully I can get a word with Barbarian, or perhaps at least his manager Paul Jones. Find out what is going through the head of that monster of a man. Why did he attack Sam Houston? Double axe handle there by Ron Garvin. And he is taking it to young Curt Hawkins. Hawkins probably regretting signing this matchup against the man with the hands of stone. Good elbow drop there. Still to come, our big TV title match. Rematch for that World TV title. Rick Martel, the new champion, taking on the ex-champion, Brad Armstrong. Garvin trying to get him up. Hawkins tried to block it, but on the second attempt, Garvin with a great suplex. Garvin now. Double axe handle. I've just been told that Sam Houston will indeed be okay. Sustained no major injuries during that attack from the Barbarian. So that is good news. Garvin looking for the figure 4. Barbarian felt that a few weeks ago. It's been over a month ago now. And Curt Hawkins in trouble. Might have to submit. Garvin has it locked on, but looks like he's losing his grip here. The leg coming up a bit from the mat. And Hawkins going to turn it over and he'll reverse the pressure. Garvin's going to have to let go, and he will. Good escape there by the youngster. And now Hawkins charging in, but a kick to the midsection. Thwarts any kind of offense. Roll up here by Garvin. Might have him for the 1, 2, 3. A near fall. A 2 count only. Garvin grabs him. Waist lock. Good belly to back suplex. And now measures him. Drives the elbow right to the jaw. Garvin calling out to the crowd. A series of rabbit punches, followed up by the uppercut. And Garvin's going to go for the cover. He'll find the leg. 1, 2. And he got him. Impressive win by the man with the hands of stone, Ron Garvin. Let's take a look at the replay. Here you see Hawkins escaping that figure 4 by reversing it. Garvin went for the roll-up, held him down for a 2 count, but then picks up the 3 count by delivering that great uppercut. Your winner, Ron Garvin.
Here is your winner, Ron Garvin.
Don't go away, wrestling fans. More action still to come. In the ring, Lee Scott and Scott Sandlin taking on the former World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express. And there you see Jim Cornette in the corner of beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane. Lane and Eaton hungry for those World Tag Team titles. They want them back. Those belts currently held by Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors. And Beautiful Bobby going to help Lee Scott in the hard way with a suplex. Sweet Stan coming in. And referee Bill Scott orders him out of the ring. Beautiful Bobby with a neck breaker. Scott Sandlin being worked over. Picks up Sandlin. Whips him into the corner. Charging in. He'll make the tag to Stan Lane. A double team coming up from the Midnight Express. The Rock and Roll Express are here also, fans. They are also former World Tag Team Champions, and they still have not really settled their feud with the Midnight Express. I don't think that feud will ever end. The Midnights picked up the most recent victory head-to-head. Good double team here by Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan. Stomps the arm of young Scott Sandlin. They're working him over. Great backbreaker. Drives the knee right to the kisser. Picks him up. Into the buckle goes Sandlin. Threw him right into the corner. Another double team coming up from the Express. And the Midnights just dominating Scott Sandlin. And Sweet Stan Lane just let Scott Sandlin have it with a right hand that knocked him off the apron. Picks him up. Good backbreaker by Sweet Stan. Measures him. Clubbing blow. Stan Lane from behind. Belly to back suplex. He planted him. Again, takes out Lee Scott. Picks him up. Whips him into the corner. Tag made to Beautiful Bobby. This is going to do it. The Alabama Jam from Beautiful Bobby. Great assist by Stan Lane. But wait a minute, Stan Lane turned his back to Lee Scott. And that's going to give Lee Scott the opportunity to break up the pin. And this one's not over. Stan Lane taking this team a little too lightly. And Bobby now makes the cover. Can he hold him down? No, he kicked out. That bought Sandlin time to kick out. Bobby's furious. Very few men kick out of that Alabama Jam. Lee Scott just pulled Beautiful Bobby off the apron. And Stan Lane's going out to chase off Lee Scott. One-handed bulldog on the floor. Lee Scott is scrappy. He's got some fight in him. But Stan Lane just threw him hard into that apron. Lane back in the ring. Has to be careful. He'll be counted out. Lane again calling out to this sold-out Atlanta crowd. Front face lock. Applies an abdominal stretch. We have not seen Lee Scott tagged in legally. Bobby yelling at Stan Lane. He wants in there. And Stan Lane let Lee Scott have it. Drove him right off the apron. Definitely sending our condolences to the family of Catherine O'Hara. Catherine passed away, I believe it was last weekend. Great actress. Most known for being in Home Alone 1 and 2. She excelled in those movies. The Home Alone 1 and 2 are the best, too, in my opinion. Without Kevin, they weren't so great. Collie McCauken, that is. And Scott Sandlin fighting back. Bobby Eaton from behind. Flying clothesline. He floored Scott Sandlin. Lee Scott takes it to Stan Lane. He just snapped him throat first over the top rope, but Lane lets him have it with a right hand. I have Home Alone 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. As I said, the two best ones in my opinion. It seems I like a lot of Canadian actresses. Catherine O'Hara was Canadian-American actress. Roll up here by Sweet Stan. 1, 2, and he got him. He held him down for the 3 count. And Bobby Eaton climbing the top rope, making sure Lee Scott can't get in, I suppose. Another win for the Midnight Express. Thinking of Rachel Blanchard. She's a great Canadian actress. She was in Are You Afraid of the Dark? Later starred in Seventh Heaven in her role as a police officer. She's been in a lot of horror films as well.
Here are your winners, Beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane, the Midnight Express.
Impressive win by the Midnight Express. We'll be right back. The Rock and Roll Express taking on Thunderfoot 1 and Thunderfoot 2. Good back right hand there by Ricky Morton and a Russian leg sweep. Great execution. As I mentioned, good news on Sam Houston. He is going to be okay. I talked to Paul Jones during the break, and he said he's tired of men like Sam Houston moving up the rankings in front of the Barbarian. And so next week, a match has been signed. The Barbarian will take on Sam Houston. Good hip toss there by Thunderfoot 1, and he'll tag in Thunderfoot 2. Good elbow there by Ricky. So a great match signed for next week. Barbarian taking on Sam Houston. Whips him into the corner. Tag made to Robert. This is a showcase today of our great WCW talent. Nearly everybody on the roster is going to be competing. We've already seen wins by the Long Riders, the Barbarian, Sam Houston, Ron Garvin, and the Midnight Express. Good Russian leg sweep there by Thunderfoot number 2. And he'll make the tag to number 1. Clubbing blow there. One has to wonder who is it under those masks. We've seen the Thunderfoot team before in action. And there are no slouches in the ring. Scoops him up and slams him down. Their physiques don't match any wrestlers that come to mind. A flurry of punches there by Robert Gibson. Drives all the weight down on the lower back of Thunderfoot 1. Tag made to Ricky, double team from the Rock and Roll Express. Punched him right in the ribs, but Thunderfoot 1 battling back, drives the knee to the stomach, and Bill Scott got mixed up in there. Got some friendly fire exchanged. Flying fist drop there by Ricky. And he'll drive another one home right between the eyes. Ricky yelling at Thunderfoot 1. Beautiful drop kick by Ricky. He planted him right on the kisser. Takes Thunderfoot 2 out. And now Ricky picks up Thunderfoot 1. Whips him into the corner. Tag made to Robert. They're going for the double drop kick. If they land it, this one's going to be over. And there it is, right on the button. Beautifully executed. Robert with the cover. Great finds the leg. Where's the referee? Finally gets down into position. Ricky gives it to Thunderfoot 2, and the Rock and Roll Express will win this one. Impressive win by Ricky and Robert as they continue to propel in the rankings in WCW. Nice double team work throughout this contest. A great drop kick, and then it's the double drop kick right on the button. Your winners, the Rock and Roll Express. Let's take another look at it. Great double team. A great double drop kick, and fans, the Midnight Express have made their way down the rampway. Ricky and Robert don't see them, and they've attacked them from behind. Let's get our cameras back, please. Let's get our cameras back to the action. And they have taken down Ricky and Robert. Fans upset. The Midnight Express have sneak attacked the Rock and Roll Express, and this feud has not ended. They heard Ricky and Robert boasting earlier about moving up the rankings, and the Midnights feel that they should be the team getting the next tag team title shot. A neck breaker by Beautiful Bobby. Stan Lane throws Ricky. Ricky grabs onto the top rope for dear life to keep from falling to the floor. And Stan Lane suplexes him back into the ring. Bobby with the arm drag, hip toss, takes down Robert. Now just stomping him. Fans, we got to take a timeout. We got to break this up. We'll be right back. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Magnum TA taking on young Tony Nese. Magnum the Boss, the former World Heavyweight Champion, hoping to get a rematch for that title. Drives the fist between the eyes and now snaps the head down. Thanks go out to the security team led by Doug Dillinger, breaking up that melee between the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express. No serious injuries seem to have been sustained by either team in that one, thankfully. But Tony Nese has just been lacerated, his forehead busted open by that elbow that was driven to his forehead. And Magnum taking it to young Tony Nese. Snaps the wrist down. Measures him. He's going to go after that wound. He's smelling blood and he's circling in for the kill. Magnum rolls him over. Leaping leg drop across the throat. Picks him up. Into the ropes goes Tony Nese. Good block there by Nese. I think Magnum was going for that belly-to-belly. And again, Tony Nese blocks it. Nese knows he cannot be caught in that belly-to-belly suplex. 2 blocks there by Nese. Magnum's going for it again, and this time he lands it. Belly-to-belly. Grapevines the leg. Nese bleeding profusely, and this one's over. A quick, easy win for Magnum TA this morning on World Championship Wrestling. Let's take another look at that belly-to-belly suplex. Off the ropes, catches him, drives him to the mat, hooks the leg. Your winner, the Boss, Magnum TA.
Here is your winner, Magnum TA.
Don't touch that dial, wrestling fans. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, is in action next. In the ring, Cole Quinn taking on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Good jab there by the American Dream. A butterfly DDT, a double arm DDT by the American Dream. And wrestling fans, another match has been signed for next week. We're going to see the Rock and Roll Express and a rematch taking on the Midnight Express. So 2 great matches signed already for next Saturday morning, 8:05 a.m. Eastern Time, our new time, here on the Golden Era Wrestling Channel. Great move there by the American Dream. Into the ropes. High elevation on the backdrop. Had him up in the lights. Cole Quinn drives a punch to the breadbasket. And Quinn takes him down. Quinn trying to make a name for himself here in World Championship Wrestling. He would do just that with a win over the American Dream. And the Dream grabs both legs. Thought he was going for a Boston Crab, instead picks him up and swings him round and round. Hurled him into the corner. And now putting the boots to the knees of Quinn. Big elbow drop. Busted him right in the nose. Whips him into the corner, charging in. Big splash. Drives the knee to the face. The American Dream working over Cole Quinn. Quinn probably wishes he hadn't crawled out of bed this morning. He is being manhandled by the American Dream. Trying to knock the man back to sleep. And the Dream jiving. Calling out to the sold-out crowd here in Atlanta, Georgia. And there's the bionic elbow. That blasted him. Quinn's busted open. The blood flowing down. The cover hooks the leg and picks up an easy win this morning. Tremendous win by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Another man who's hoping to move up the ladder and challenge for that TV title held by Rick Martel. The bionic elbow, and that's all she wrote for Cole Quinn. He's bloodied and he'll need medical attention.
Here is your winner, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. We have an hour left of great wrestling action. Welcome back to the ring. Baron von Raschke, the Clawmaster, taking on the Italian Stallion. Raschke, a member of Paul Jones's army. And there you see number 1 Paul Jones at ringside, along with 2 of his other men, the Russians. We'll see them later in action. Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff. Jones barking out orders for Baron von Raschke. He's going to stomp on the gut of the Italian Stallion and just walk all over him. For the Stallion, no slouch. Good arm drag there, or hip toss rather, by the Stallion, and the Stallion fighting back. The Italian Stallion, of course, is the world spaghetti eating champion. He would love to win a major title here in WCW. A win over the Baron would move him toward that goal of getting a title shot. Beautiful Russian leg sweep by the Stallion. And now measuring Raschke. Lateral press, grapevine to leg. 1. Gets a 1 count, that's it. Raschke kicked out. Raschke lost his footing as he tried to get up. And the Stallion landed a strong kick. Now drives the knee to the back. Our main event still to come. TV champion Rick Martel putting the belt on the line already against Brad Armstrong, the former champion. Last week, Martel remained undefeated and pinned. Actually made Brad Armstrong submit to the Boston Crab to win the title. And Medusa, very happy to have 2 champions in her stable. Martel, the TV champ. Dan Spivey and Sid Vicious, the U.S. Tag Team Champions. She hopes to add more champions this year. Raschke has him up. Good back suplex by the Clawmaster. Stallion now drives him to the mat. Measures him. Stomps the arm. Picks him up. Beautiful forearm shot. Raschke fighting back. Beautiful backbreaker. Raschke measuring Stallion. He might be looking for the claw. He's got it locked in. This is going to be all she wrote for the Italian Stallion. Good night. Referee's going to call for the bell. This one's over. Impressive win by Baron von Raschke this morning on World Championship Wrestling. First time we've seen Raschke in the ring in quite some time, and he picks up an impressive win. Stallion really took it to Raschke early on, but Raschke turned the tables and locked in that claw hold. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, Baron.
Don't touch that dial. More great matches still to come. Welcome back to the ring. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin taking on Shane Thorne. There you see Precious in the corner of Gorgeous Jimmy. Jimmy wasting no time, looking for a suplex, has him up. Great execution. If you missed the announcement earlier, next week we're going to have the Rock and Roll Express taking on the Midnight Express. What a match that should be. We'll also see Sam Houston taking on the Barbarian. 2 great matches signed already for next week. That's 8:05 a.m. Eastern Time. The great news about pushing us back to 8:05 in the morning gives you more time to watch the show throughout Saturday. You don't necessarily have to watch it when it premieres. Picks him up. Whips him into the corner. Thunderous clothesline. I guess it doesn't really premiere, it just appears. At 8:05. Drives the fist between the eyes. Now snaps the head down. Garvin working on the leg. Garvin, yet another wrestler looking to move up the ladder in 2026. Might have been a low kick there by Garvin. Referee didn't see it. Blasted him with a DDT. Precious said pin him. She's celebrating early. Can he wrap him up for the 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, and 3. He got him. Impressive win this morning by gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. And he'll further make his case for a title shot. He would love to take on Rick Martel for that TV title.
Here's your winner, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
Garvin looking confident after another win. We'll be right back. In the ring, Ricky Steamboat taking on this up-and-coming challenger here who's grabbing Steamboat and delivers a good backbreaker. I'm sorry, fans, I don't know the pronunciation of this wrestler's name. He just did a backflip. Great agility by the youngster. It looks like Ipiko Colon. I'm sure I butchered that name. We'll definitely learn that name if he picks up a win over the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat happy to still be in World Championship Wrestling after a double countout with Rick Rude in that loser leaves town match. Neither man had to live up to that stipulation of leaving WCW. I'm sure both will be careful not to sign another match like that again. Steamboat grabs this youngster. I'm going to call him Colon because that's how Carlos Colon's wrestling last name was spelled, his surname. Ipiko Colon. In trouble here by Ricky Steamboat. Good swinging neckbreaker. And the Dragon drags him toward the middle of the ring, working on the leg. Might be looking to apply that figure 4 leg lock. And the Dragon whips him into the corner, charging in. Beautiful monkey flip. And Colon in trouble. Good double axe handle. Picks the man up. Sends him into the corner, face first. And the Dragon picks him up. The snake eyes. Dropped him face first into the top turnbuckle. And the Dragon putting the boost to the youngster. Snapmare. Steamboat, another man who would love to challenge for the World Heavyweight title that's currently held by Lex Luger. Turns him over, Boston Crab. He would also take a TV title shot as well against Martel, or a U.S. title shot against Sting. I'm sure Steamboat would push friendships aside if it meant getting a world title or a U.S. title shot. Still to come, Brian Pillman and Tom Zenk in tag team action. Also the Russian teams here, Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff. Abdominal stretch here by the Dragon. Sid Vicious in singles action. We'll see the Steiner brothers after that heartbreaking loss last week when they lost the U.S. tag belts. They'll be in tag team action. Off the top, high cross body, cover, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and Steamboat's gonna go to the pay window this morning. Impressive win by the Dragon in record time over Cologne. There you see it, Steamboat perched on the top rope. Flies off the ring and... Wait a minute, wrestling fans! Rick Rude has entered the ring, and he's taking down Steamboat from behind. He's got him down on the mat. Rick Rude with a sneak attack. And the fans hate it. Steamboat never saw him coming. Look at this arrogant display here by ravishing Rick Rude, and this feud far from over. Rude picks him up. Rude, a member of Medusa's militia. Medusa not out here, thankfully. And Rude just stomping away on Steamboat. Look at this, smearing his face across the mat. Very arrogant display here by ravishing Rick Rude. Fans booing. Rude's measuring him. He's going for the Rude Awakening. A Rude Awakening this Saturday morning onto Ricky Steamboat. And Rude yelling at the fans, poses for him. We'll be right back. Heinous attack by ravishing Rick Rude. Meanwhile, Flying Brian Pillman taking on this young team. That's Flying Brian and the Z-Man. Dawkins and his partner, Angelo Dawkins. Good monkey flip there by Brian Pillman. Tag made to Tom Zenk. I believe that's Gentleman Jack Gallagher, his tag team partner. Still shaken by that attack by ravishing Rick Rude onto Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And that feud apparently far from over. The Z-Man with a good scoop slam. Yeah, that's Gentleman Jack Gallagher, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, the tag team partner of Angelo Dawkins. Charging in with a thunderous clothesline is the Z-Man. Tom Zenk, good elbow drop. A couple of young teams here. Both would love to move up the ladder in WCW. Tag made to Flying Brian Pillman. Double team coming up from Zenk and Pillman. Good double clothesline. Look out for Gallagher. Actually, excuse me, that's Aiden English. I apologize. Jack Gallagher will be on the card later. All apologies to Gallagher and Aiden English. I know the older wrestlers fans, not these younger guys. Good victory roll here by Brian Pillman. And Aiden English sent crashing to the floor. Waist lock and a good takedown by Flying Brian. Measures him. Good drop kick there. It was a sliding drop kick by Brian Pillman. Front face lock. Whips him into the corner. Charging in. Tag made to Tom Zenk. A lot of quick tags here from this young team. Spins him around. Inside cradle. Rolls him up. Can he hold him down? 1, 2. A near fall. Aiden English body slammed by Brian Pillman. Dawkins desperately needs to make a tag. The Z-Man with a front face lock. Abdominal stretch by Tom Zenk. Fans, no time wasted. Ricky Steamboat, as soon as he came to, he was ordering a match with Rick Rude, and that match has been signed for next week. So next week, shaping up to be quite a card. We've got Ricky Steamboat taking on Rick Rude, the Rock and Roll Express taking on the Midnight Express, and Sam Houston taking on the Barbarian. Meanwhile, Z-Man locking on the figure 4 in the middle of the ring. Be sure to tune in next Saturday morning, 8:05 a.m. Eastern Time on Valentine's Day. Stomping the legs. Z-Man just taunting Angelo Dawkins. Front face lock. Dawkins desperately needs to make a tag to English. English was reaching over, but Z-Man let him have it. Fans didn't appreciate that. A very unsportsmanlike display there by Tom Zenk. And now the Z-Man perched on the top rope. English needs to knock him off the apron. Instead, the missile drop kick right on the button. And down goes English again. He pays for being a nice guy. He should have helped his partner push Z-Man off the top rope. And Z-Man and Brian Pillman are going to pick up the win this morning on World Championship Wrestling. Impressive victory. Z-Man and Pillman, the aggressors in this one, picking up another victory in the tag team division. Good double team by this young duo of Pillman and Zenk. They dominated this contest. Aiden English never got in the ring. Wait a minute, there's Doom! Doom's hit the ring! Doom's in the ring. That's Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. They blindsided Brian Pillman and Tom Zenk. And this has been the morning of the sneak attack, apparently. Doom, another hungry team in World Championship Wrestling. We got to take a break. We're back, wrestling fans. Again, our security team headed by Doug Dillinger, breaking up that fight between Doom and Brian Pillman and Tom Zenk. In the ring, we have the Russians. Ivan and Nikita Koloff, Paul Jones. Number 1, Paul Jones, their manager, in the corner. We also see the awesome Warlord out there. Kicks the lower back of the youngster. Good arm drag. Ivan in trouble here. Beautiful Bulldog by Araya, I believe is his name. Another youngster trying out here in WCW. But he has picked a hungry team, and Ivan and Nikita Koloff to face off against. Tag made to Nikita, double team here. Rams him face first into the waiting boot of the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff. And Koloff now raking the back. We see Sin Cara waiting to be tagged in. If he can get in the ring, he is definitely no slouch in the ring. The Masked Man would love to get in there, take on the Koloffs, the Russian team. And we are halfway through the program this morning. Thank you so much for staying with us. Hope you're enjoying the action, seeing all the top stars in WCW. And this youngster with a side slam, but Ivan Koloff charges in, and now taking out Sin Cara. And the Russian Nightmare measures him. Front face lock. And locks on the bear hug. This is probably going to be it. Referee Bill Scott checking in to see if he wants to call it quits this morning. Koloff just lost his grip. Dropped him hard to the mat. And no inflicts some more punishment on this youngster. Turns him over, a single leg Boston Crab. It really has it cinched in. Sin Cara was yelling something out. Nikita Koloff he didn't like, and he abandoned the move just to go over there and sock him right in the mouth. Not sure what was being said. Military press here by the Russian Nightmare. Drives him to the mat. Picks him up. Whips him into the ropes. Rush. No, he went for the Russian sickle. Nobody home. He ducked it. Great counter there by the youngster. And there's Ivan again coming in to interfere. Every time this youngster gets the momentum going, Ivan interferes. He makes the tag to Sin Cara. We will see him in the ring. Sin Cara with a chance to turn this around for his team. Ivan whips him into the corner, charging in. He'll make the tag to the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Off the ropes. Elbow drop to the lower back. Ivan measures him. Front face lock. There's a sleeper hold. He'll wrap the legs around the waist and drive him to the mat. The sleeper locked in. He's got the man trapped. Sin Cara somehow able to wriggle free. Koloff lets him have it. Drives the knee to the rib cage. Takes out his tag team partner. And the Warlord coming over. Paul Jones orders him back. Measures him. Kicks the lower back. Picks him up. And locks in the bear hug. The Russian Bear with the bear hug. Has it locked in. And Sin Cara is going to cry uncle. This one's over. A submission win for the Russian team of Ivan and Nikita Koloff. Let's go back to the replay. Great double team here from the Russians. Paul Jones trying to restrain the Warlord, had to shove him. Warlord wanted in the ring. He's upset that he's not on the card this morning. Relegated to standing at ringside. He wants to be in there in the action, beating up men. That bear hug might have done serious damage to Sin Cara. Might have busted some ribs. Let's get the official word.
Here are your winners, the Russian Gladiator, Ivan Koloff, and Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
We'll be right back. In the ring, this young team of Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda. They are taking on Ty Dillinger and Tucker Knight. Rotunda from behind. Great maneuver by the captain and drives the elbow down. Mike Rotunda and Tommy Rich undefeated so far in tag team action. They are a young, hungry team. They would love to challenge for those U.S. tag team titles currently held by the Skyscrapers, Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey. But you know the Steiners are wanting their rematch. And they will get that rematch. But as of right now, it has not been signed. Rich picks him up. Missy item, sure working on it right as we speak. Gets a 1 count only. Picks him up. Good suplex there by Wildfire Tommy Rich. We'll see Big Sid Vicious in action shortly. Also, the Steiner brothers are here in tag team action. Snap suplex. Great move there by Wildfire. Suplex the man out of his boots. Good side suplex by Wildfire and a flying elbow drop. And a second. A flurry of offense here by Wildfire Tommy Rich. They don't call him Wildfire for nothing. And he measures him. He's looking for the Luthez Prez. And he lands it, raining down right hands. Still grapevine the leg. 1. I believe that's Tucker Knight making the save. Mike Rotunda did not get it in there in time to prevent it. I think Rich would have had the man beat otherwise. Now Wildfire grabs Tucker Knight. Tucker Knight shoves him off. He's no small man. He's no slouch in there. Front face lock by Wildfire. Referee trying to restore some order. It is really breaking down. Tucker Knight is not the legal man. That's what the referee's trying to tell Wildfire Tommy Rich. Gotta let the man get out of the ring. And I believe that's Ty Dillinger in there. Roll up here by Wildfire, gets a 2 count. Got Ty Dillinger and Rich with a legal man. Good snap suplex again by Wildfire. But look at Dillinger just spring to his feet. But Rich is ready for him and executes a great suplex. And Rich again going for that Luthez Prez for a second time, it would seem. He's crossed the position. We've seen it before. And now raining down the right hands. The cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And he gets him. Impressive win by Rich and Rotunda. They remain undefeated in World Championship Wrestling. Let's go back to the replay. And they're moving up the ladder fast. They've got to be a sure shot at getting a U.S. Tag Title match soon. A shoe-in for that, you would think, is this team of Rich and Rotunda. Great teamwork from Rich and Rotunda. You see a great roll up there by Wildfire. And fans, the Russians! The Russians! They've hit the ring! And they've attacked Rotunda and Rich. I was not joking when I said it was the morning of the sneak attack. The Russians have the same idea. We need to get this under control. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the ring. Gentleman Jack Gallagher taking on Big Sid Vicious, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions. And there you see the other half at ringside. Danger stands by me along with their manager, Medusa. Medusa very pleased with their men. After last week, she would love to have seen Rick Rude force Ricky Steamboat out of WCW. That did not happen, but at least Rick Rude didn't make the trip out of the promotion. He will stick around. Medusa will take a 2-0-1 record last week at Super Brawl. And she gained 2 titles, the TV belt and the U.S. Tag titles. There you see Larry Zbyszko also looking on. He is hungry as well, would love to get a shot at the U.S. title held by Sting or the world title held by Lex Luger. Off the ropes now, Sid Vicious on the Gallagher. Running leg drop, and that might be all. He's got the leg hooked, but gets a 1 count only. Fans applaud the courage and the effort of gentleman Jack Gallagher. Sid with the front face lock. Inverted atomic drop. Still to come, we have the Road Warriors, the World Tag Team Champions in action. And of course, the big main event for the TV title, Rick Martel will defend against the former champion, Brad Armstrong. Steiner brothers also here. Sid measures him. Has him up. Choke slam. Drives him to the mat. Medusa yelling at Vicious to put him away. solid kick to the midsection. He's looking for the power bomb. Wow, power bombed him through the mat. Wraps him up. 1. You can count to 100. Easy, dominant win by Sid Vicious this morning on World Championship Wrestling. There you see it, the running leg drop. And then the choke slam, followed by the coup de grace, the power bomb. Your winner, Sid Vicious.
Here is your winner, S.I.D.
Please don't touch that dial, wrestling fans. We're not done. More great action still to come. We've got to go to the back, wrestling fans. There's an altercation. That's Barry Windham. He's attacked the U.S. champion Sting. Sting was on his way to the ring. Barry Windham attacked Sting. Sting was going to accompany Lex Luger, the Steiner brothers, and Missy Hyatt to the ring. I don't think Missy or Lex or the Steiners even know that Sting was Pearl Harbored by one member of the Horsemen, Barry Windham. Sting was going to enter from a different hallway. And fans, I see on my monitor the medical team tending to Sting. The Horsemen are here, apparently. I didn't know Barry Windham was in the building. Meanwhile, the Steiner brothers dominating here. This tag team matchup. They're the former U.S. Tag Team Champions taking out their frustrations on this young team. A DDT and a pin. It is deafening here. Some of the fans saw it on the monitor that Sting, the U.S. Champion's been attacked by Barry Windham. And Sting being checked by our medical team. Double team coming up by the Steiner brothers. I don't think Missy Hyatt's even aware that Sting hasn't made his way out here. Maybe didn't know that he was due to come out. That's Rhino being belly-to-belly suplexed into the ring by the dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner. And referee Bill Scott ordering Rick out of the ring. Meanwhile, Scott Steiner dominating young Bo Dallas. Bo and Rhino taking on the Steiner brothers. Missy Hyatt upset about losing those U.S. tag titles, but glad that she has the world champion Lex Luger in the stable, as well as Sting. The Sting being checked by our medical team. And fans, meanwhile, another match has been signed for next week. It's going to be Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda taking on Ivan and Nikita Koloff. What a tag team match that ought to be. That's a lot of reason to wake up Saturday morning early. Check out World Championship Wrestling. Already so many great matches signed for next week. We have the Barbarian taking on Sam Houston, the Midnight Express taking on the Rock and Roll Express, Rick Rude taking on Ricky Steamboat, and now the Russian team of Ivan and Nikita Koloff taking on Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda. I think Steiner lost his footing there or something. I missed it. I was looking at, I shouldn't say who I was looking at. I think every guy in the stadium knows. Bulldog here by Rick Steiner. Good double team by the Steiner brothers. He takes down Rhino. Now taunting Bo Dallas. Cover 2. Easy win here by Rick and Scott Steiner. Impressive win. Let's look back at the replay here. Great DDT by Rick Steiner. And this is a team that wants those U.S. Tag Team titles back. They will get a rematch in the weeks to come. Whether it be against the Skyscrapers or someone else. A great double team by the Steiner brothers. And here it is, the Bulldog off the top rope onto Bo Dallas. Your winners, Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Here are your winners, Scott Steiner and the Gremlin, Rick Steiner.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the ring. Drew Gulak taking on Stan the Lariat Hansen. Still to come, the new World Tag Team Champions are in action, the Road Warriors. We'll also have that big main event for the TV title. Vicious clothesline, and the Lariat drops the elbow smash. Good elbow drop. Stan Hansen came up short last week against Sting. The only man not to become a new champion last week was Stan Hansen. And thankfully, fan Sting will be okay. He has been treated by our medical team and released. Barry Windham attacking the Stinger. Stan Hansen grabs him, twirled him around, I should say, and floored him with a clothesline. Now choking away on Drew. Picks him up. Big slam by Stan Hansen. If you're just joining us, we are showcasing many of the top stars in World Championship Wrestling here this morning. We're here for another 30 minutes. If you missed the first hour, please go back and watch it at your convenience. Drives him face first to the mat and drops the elbow to the lower back. Hansen taking out his frustrations after losing last week to Sting. Big slam. If you missed last week's program, Super Brawl, please go back and watch it. And there's the lariat. Took the man's head off. Now added a boot, a kick, insult to injury. Covers him and picks up an easy win here this morning. Does Stan Hansen. Fans, we're going to have the main event next, I'm being told. The TV title match is coming up next. The Road Warriors, the World Tag Team Champions, asked to go on last, and they're going to get it granted. TV title match coming up next, wrestling fans.
Here is your winner, Stan Hansen. The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Television Championship.
It is a rematch for the TV title, but before I talk about that, big news just came down. We have our first match signed for for Wrestle War. Still thinking about Super Brawl last week. Sting will put the U.S. title on the line against Big Barry Windham. That's going to take place at Wrestle War 3 weeks from tonight. Or from today, I should say. 3 weeks from today, Wrestle War goes down. Saturday, February 28th. Sting will put the U.S. title on the line against a member of the Horsemen, Barry Windham, after Windham attacked Sting in the locker room area. And there you see the former TV champion, Brad Armstrong. He is gunning for his title back. He would love to make it a short reign for Rick Martel here this morning. Armstrong has 12 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. Rick Martel currently at 7 days, 1 week as TV champion, and he brought back up. Ravishing Rick Rude, Larry Zbyszko, and their manager Medusa will be in the corner of the new champion. Rick Martel undefeated, 2-0. And he is hoping for a lengthy reign as champion. Undefeated in WCW. This is our TV title match, 15-minute time limit. It was Martel scoring the upset victory last week with the Boston Crab submission. Armstrong had no other choice but to submit. And Medusa enjoying 2 title reigns. The TV title held by Martel, U.S. tag titles held by the Skyscrapers. So I'm sure many of you will be watching the big game tomorrow night. I said I am opting to tune out this year. Nothing personal. I have nothing against either team. It's not a game I care to see. I feel like these two teams have been in Super Bowl champions in the recent past. And I hope whichever one you're rooting for, they win. I'm strictly a Bengals fan. I don't have a backup team. I am looking forward to spring trading starting, I believe in about 2.5 weeks. I'm in Southwest Ohio, so I root for the Bengals and the Reds. Been a Bengals fan for about 40 years. Been a Reds fan for about the same. Probably a Reds fan a little bit longer. I started watching baseball before I watched football, but I actually like football better. Baseball's changed a lot. A lot of the rules have changed. It's not as interesting to me, but I still like it. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 226 pounds, Brad Armstrong. Introducing the champion from Cocoa Beach, Florida, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is the World Television Champion, Rick the Model Martel.
Fans looking forward to a good one here. This match will carry a 15-minute time limit, which favors the champion, Rick Martel. Almost got him Ravishing Rick Martel. I guess that would be fitting, but he goes by the model, and yes, he is a model. Rick Martel, a great Canadian wrestler, putting that TV title on the line against the former champion Brad Armstrong, who's All-American. Referee Bill Scott raises the prize. It's on the line. Sit back and enjoy this one. And Brad Armstrong, wasting no time, delivers a great clothesline. Martel was trying to move out of the way, but Armstrong still connected. Might have caught him worse because the fist drove into the throat of Martel. And Martel are already in trouble in the early going of this contest, this TV title match. Armstrong would love to capture that title back. Measures him, drives the chop to the top of the head. Yelled something at Medusa, not sure what was said there. Medusa looking on along with Larry Zbyszko and Ravishing Rick Rude. We saw the Skyscrapers earlier. At least Sid Vicious was wrestling. Dan Spivey, of course, at ringside. Abdominal stretch here by the champion. Both men in tremendous physical shape. Two of the top stars here in WCW. Armstrong applying the shoulder claw on the champion. Armstrong very happy, I'm sure, to get a quick rematch just 1 week after losing the belt. Now Larry Zbyszko has the man distracted. And Martel from behind, going to roll him up. Might have the trunks. Referee should take a look. Might have a handful of tights. I don't think he did, but only got a 2 count. Yeah, I don't think Martel had the trunks, because when Armstrong got up, we would have seen a half moon. So I think it was a clean pin attempt by Martel. But right now, Brad Armstrong outnumbered. Watch your back, Brad. Rude right up in the face of Armstrong. Armstrong back in the ring wisely. And he was caught in the trap that Medusa's militia set for him. Lateral press. Martel looking to retain the title very quickly, but Armstrong kicked out before the 1 count. And Martel goes to the eyes. Raked the eyes. Almost called him Muttel. Actually, I did call him Muttel. And Zbyszko's got the referee distracted. Martel's got a chair. Referee didn't see it. Come on, turn around, ref. He DDT'd him on the chair. And Bill Scott looked around, and somehow Armstrong kicked out. Martel tried to steal. He's got the chair again. And now Bill Scott yelling at him to hand it over, and he does, wisely. And now Armstrong from behind. Good back suplex. He took a chair shot. That DDT, his head bounced off the chair. And somehow Armstrong recovers. But Martel, good job dropping down. And it was too late for Armstrong to call an audible there. He was going for a double axe handle. Martel just dropped down and missed it. Good move there by Martel, but Armstrong has him down anyway. Good vicious chop. And now the armbar. Martel's lucky he did not get disqualified. Bill Scott was distracted by Larry Zbyszko. Had his back turned to Martel when he hit him in the stomach with a chair and then DDT'd him on it. But luckily Armstrong somehow kicked out after the count of 2. Armstrong's so tough. I'm sure his ears are ringing right now, though. He was DDT'd off that metal chair. Sometimes the adrenaline just kicks in. Gives you another burst of energy, and that's what happened, I think, with Brad Armstrong. Armstrong off the top. Can he make it? Yeah, he can. That was like a diamond cutter from off the top rope. And now looking for a submission win, but again, referee Bill Scott distracted by Larry Zbyszko and the entourage. Medusa's Militia getting involved in this matchup. Martel fighting back, somehow slipped behind Armstrong, drove him to the mat. And Armstrong's head bounced off the mat, might be knocked out. Martel sensing victory, but only gets a 1 count. He only got a 1 count as we approach 10 minutes remaining in the time limit. Armstrong should be checked for a concussion. Off the ropes now is Martel, but referee Bill Scott unaware that Armstrong even hit that metal chair. If the referee suspected it, he might stop this matchup, but he did not see the DDT on the chair, thanks to Larry Zbyszko. Inverted atomic drop there by Rick, the model of Martel, the TV champion. And we are approaching 9.5 minutes remaining in the time limit. And Brad Armstrong in a world of trouble. Martel wants to dish out more punishment on Armstrong. And he is taunting the former champion. Martel now from behind. Good suplex in bridge. Has the man pinned. Armstrong's shoulders on the mat, but only a 1 count. Good kick out by the challenger. Nine minutes left in the time limit. Into the corner goes Armstrong. Armstrong fights his way out. Martel pushes him off and floored him with a clothesline. And it locks on that shoulder claw, that vicious nerve hold. Still to come, wrestling fans, the Road Warriors, the World Tag Team Champions in action. Martel hoping to lock on that Boston Crab once more. And he rolls up Brad. This one, another clean pin. Does not have the trunks. And gets a 2 count. Monkey flip there by the champion. Double axe handle. Elbow drop. Martel might be looking for the Boston Crab right here. Drags him to the middle of the ring. This is the move he used last week to win the title, but no, he stomps the stomach instead, wasting some time. Martel picks him up. And look at this, wasting more time, flaunting in front of the groggy Brad Armstrong, the challenger. Armstrong shaking it off, but a good headlock takedown by Martel. Martel wasted some valuable time there. Hopefully it does not come back to haunt him. And now looking for a figure 4 leg lock to put away the challenger. He has it locked on. Armstrong needs to try to turn it over. He's trying. Instead, he's going to punch his way free, and does. Good job of escaping that figure 4 by Brad. He's going for the Russian leg sweep. He landed it. He landed it. Rhodes yelling. Cover. Can he hold him down? 2. New champion. New champion. Armstrong's regained. A short reign for Martel. out of nowhere. He locked on the Russian leg sweep. Martel never saw it coming. And Martel has his first blemish on the record. Tried to steal it early with that DDT on the chair. We got a new champion. Brad Armstrong, a two-time TV champion. He's regained the title just 1 week after losing it. Fans roaring with approval. We have a new TV champion. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner and new.
And referee's ordering.
World
He's ordering
Television
Medusa and the others back.
Champion, Brad Armstrong.
He is threatening to suspend Medusa and the Clan if they come in. Armstrong, the new TV champion. Fans stunned. He's regained the title. What a win. Medusa's furious. Welcome back to the ring, wrestling fans. The Road Warriors, a new World Tag Team Champions, along with their manager, Paul Ellering. They made an appearance here on World Championship Wrestling. This is our last match, and we have a new TV champion, Brad Armstrong, for the second time, the TV champ. Congratulations going out to him. Animal bouncing Metallic's head off the mat. They are your new World Tag Team Champions. They downed the Horsemen last week to capture the titles. Anderson and Blanchard falling to Road Warrior Hawk and Animal. Tag made to Hawk. This, of course, is a non-title matchup. This team of Metallic and his partner, they are not top contenders to the titles. Hawk hammering away. What a morning it's been. We have a new TV champion once again. It is Brad Armstrong. And fans, hold on to your belt. Say that to Brad Armstrong also, because the rematch is going to take place next week right here on World Championship Wrestling, 8:05 a.m. Eastern Time. Martel's getting a rematch. They could be swapping the belt back and forth for weeks to come. Double team here by the Road Warriors. So what a program next week. Don't miss it. It'll be Sam Houston taking on the Barbarian. The Rock and Roll Express taking on the Midnight Express. Ricky Steamboat taking on Ravishing Rick Rude. Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda taking on Ivan and Nikita Koloff. And just signed. 2 matches just signed. First of all, the one I just told you about. A rematch for the TV title. Brad Armstrong putting the belt on the line against the former champion Rick Martel. But also just signed, Brian Pillman and Tom Zenk will take on Doom. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. What a night, what a morning it's going to be. Next Saturday, 8:05 a.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it for anything. And also, as I mentioned earlier, the first match for Super Brawl has been signed. It's going to be the U.S. champion Sting taking on Big Barry Windham. Animal with our right hand right to the ribcage. Tag made to Hawk. Double team coming up by the mighty Road Warriors. Double hip toss. That's Heath Slater in there. No relation to E.C. Slater. Hawk going after Metallic. And Heath Slater in a world of hurt. Clubbing blow there by Road Warrior Hawk. Slams him down. Fans loving it that the Road Warriors are the tag team champions. A well-deserved victory last week at Super Brawl over the Horsemen. Bear hug locked in by Road Warrior Hawk, trying to put away Heath Slater. Slams him down. There's Grand Metallic going to the mat. Or rather, going to the floor. He was trying to get in the ring. Hawk has him up, the backbreaker. Trying to force Slater to submit. Slater in a world of hurt here. Trying to hang on. And Hawk loses his grip on him. Just drops him hard to the mat. Now whips him into the corner. Tag made the Animal. And they're looking for the Doomsday device. Has him up on his shoulders. Animal off the top rope. Turned him inside out with that clothesline. Animal yelling at Metallic, daring him to come in. Give him a right hand. for good measure. Now wraps him up. Can he hold him down? Dominant win by the World Tag Team Champions this morning on World Championship Wrestling. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. That's going to do it for us. We'll be back again next Saturday morning, 8:05 a.m. Eastern Time. 6 big matches signed for next week. Be sure to tune in, including a rematch for the World TV title. The new champion, Brad Armstrong, taking on Rick Martel. Martel hoping to get that title back. And there you see it, the Doomsday. Wait a minute, wrestling fans! That's Ric Flair and Vader and the Horsemen. They've all entered the ring. Flair and the Horsemen ran down to the ring, and Vader was in pursuit, going after Flair. The Horsemen have attacked the World Tag Team Champions. They want a rematch, obviously, and Vader wants Flair. Vader wants Flair. He doesn't care about the Road Warriors. We're out of time. See you next week.